Good day, students. How are you all? I hope you all are fine. Because of COVID 19, we are not able to conduct lectures regularly, so that you might have seen that your teachers are interacting with you, and I also conducted few sessions on Google Meet. But there was a problem with, let's say, internet, let's say, data, electricity. So all of you were not unable able to attend my lectures. So now from today onwards, I'll try to prepare few videos based on your syllabus. We'll start with literary theory and criticism. This is special paper for TYBA class, and I have discussed this syllabus with you. I think I have sent you notes, but from today onwards, we'll have a proper discussion on this. So, what is literary criticism? So, the term criticism derives from the Greek term criticus, which was used in 4th century BC. BC means before calendar. It means a judge of literature later on in 2nd century before calendar. It aimed at interpretation of text and words and improvement of works of writers in Greek. So you people may ask me a question because I have seen the same question is asked to me always. Why everything is traced to Greek? We'll have a discussion. I hope you will ask this question to me when we'll have a Google Meet later on. Kindly point out all those questions which you face now. So, critic is a person who expresses opinions about the good and bad qualities of books or the work of literature. So, here, whenever I'll say a piece of literature, it does not mean it is only a book which is a book of, let's say, poetry. It can be a poetry, it can be a novel, it can be a drama, or it can be a fine art. So, what is fine art? There are many fine arts. Literature is one of them. You can say painting is also fine art, music is also fine art, dance is also fine art. Let's say literature or architecture or sculpture is also fine art. So a critic means a person who do criticism, who always try to find what is good and bad of that particular book, whether good qualities or bad qualities. So it is an artist or a painter. So let's say you are a critic and you are observing a piece of literature. Let's say that piece of literature is a kind of painting. So you will analyze a painter, you will try to find out good qualities and bad qualities of that painter. It can be said that criticism is a play of mind to observe the merits and defects in the works of literature. So being a critic, it is your duty to find out what are the merits and demerits of that particular book. Now, a person who completes his graduation from commerce, who is associated or who is well known about the subjects, let's say accounts or costing, he can apply his knowledge in commerce, let's say in business. So those students will complete their education through BA English. They are supposed to be a good critics. So you will be a critic of literature. Language is no barrier. You have taken knowledge of literary criticism, English literary criticism, because but at the same time you can apply the same knowledge on Marathi literature too. So language is no barrier. Criticism is not just fault finding. You are not supposed to find faults only. You are supposed to find what is good and what is bad. That the literature's objective, it is an objective of literature which is wanted and which must be attained. So this is what the objective of literature, where you need to achieve, you need to help author to achieve excellence. Literary criticism is the evaluation, analysis, description, and interpretation of literary work of art. So it is a kind of evaluation. Here you will not give, you are not supposed to take or give exam of a literature. You are not supposed to evaluate it, but you are supposed to evaluate it with the help of, let's say, judgment, your sense of judgment. You need to analyze it, you need to describe it, and you need to interpret it. You need to interpret it for the sake of readers, because reader will see or reader will seek or will look at you for the sake of, let's say, a kind of suggestion. You people might have seen different reviews in a newspaper when before going or before deciding whether to see movie. We always read review. That review is nothing but a kind of criticism on that particular movie. It is usually in the form of critical essay, but in-depth book reviews can be explained, be considered literary criticism. So it is kind of literary essay. At the same time, it can be a review. You can write a kind of paper where somewhere in a research journal, or let's say formulating your theory, and that theory can be explained with the help of examples. At the same time, you can write a review. That can be also a kind of literary criticism. Literary criticism may examine a particular literary work of art or may look at author's writing as a whole. Let's say we have a Shakespeare. We have four different well-known tragedies written by him. You know well. Macbeth is there. Othello is there. Um, Hamlet is there. King Lear is there. So if you want to do criticism, you can take Hamlet. You can do criticism. At the same time, somebody might be doing the same with Macbeth. Somebody might be doing the same with King Lear. But there might be somebody, one of you, who will take all those pieces of literary criticism and who will try to do literary criticism on William Shakespeare. So you can take either one of the book written by him, or you can take him as a whole, as his whole writing. So while doing criticism on his tragedies, you people can take his two long poems too, or you can trace his 156 sonnets. So you will have a full proof idea of William Shakespeare, his writing, and his success. It is criticism may examine a particular, as we have done. It is a art or a practice of judging and commenting on qualities and character of literary work. So it is a kind of judgment and comment. You need to give a judgment or comment on the qualities and a character of literary work. Modern literary criticism is often influenced by literary theory, which is philosophical discussion of literature's goal and method. So these theories are nothing but a kind of philosophical discussion of literature's goal and methods. Now it has been always a always it is a kind of literary discourse. What is the function of literature? Few people say the function of literature is to instruct, whereas few people say it is to please. So it is up to you who, by which theory you got influenced, or by which theory you just want to do your literary criticism, or you can apply all. Though the two activities are closely related, literary critics are not always theorists. You know well that we have two people for discussion. One is William Wordsworth, and the second one is S.T. Coleridge. Both has contributed in the field of literary criticism. Still, it is always assumed that S.T. Coleridge is a theorist, whereas William Wordsworth is a great poet. Some critics consider literary criticism is a practical application of literary theory because criticism always deals directly with particularly literary work, while theory may be more general or abstract. Theory is a kind of equation which you need to apply on a piece of literature. Let's say, according to me, certain things are essential in a poetry. You can study my theory and you can find those points or those references in literary piece of literary piece of work. So you can comment absolutely whether you are right or not. The video should not be so long, but I'll try to make it short. Literary criticism is a reason considered consideration of literary work and issues. It applies as a term to any argumentation about literature, whether or not a specific work are analyzed. It is an interpretation of meaning and a judgment of quality. Criticism is this narrow sense can be distinguished not only from aesthetics, the philosophy of artistic value, but also from other matters such as biological questions, bibliography, historical knowledge, source and influences, and others such as problems of method. In practice, however, this distinction often proves artificial and even in the most single-minded consideration of on a text may be informed by outsider knowledge. And many notable works of criticism combine discussion of text with broad arguments about the nature of literature and the principle of assessing it. We have few great renowned critics who has commented on the field of literary criticism with the help of their literature. We have Victor Hugo. He says, "Is the work good or bad is critics' domain? According to him, it is not only the function of a critic, or critic should not see whether the work is only good or bad. He should discuss that literary work of art with the readers. He should be a kind of bridge between an author and a reader." We have T.S. Eliot, who says the end of criticism is the elucidation of work of art and the correction of taste. So it is his very famous theory, the impersonal theory, where he says a author has no personality. He assumes the personality of the character which he creates. Here he is saying, or he is giving emphasis on a correction of taste. Let's say there are few people who are writing something on a limited theme, then it is a duty of critic to instruct those authors and to correct their taste. Critic John Dryden, who is called as father of literary criticism, English criticism, who wrote in his book State of Innocence in 1677, he says, criticism, as it was first instituted by Aristotle, was meant a standard of judging well. So criticism means a kind of standard. Before presenting a literary work of art in a market, you should see whether it has a standard or not, and which were discussed by Aristotle in his book Poetics. Now, I.A. Richard, who is called as a critic of critics, he says to set us as a critic is to set us as a judge of values. A sense of judgment or a judging value is a divine gift. So, whenever you will see or you will work as a critic, you need to see whether a literary work of art contains values or not. Ran Valak, who says literary criticism is a judgment of book, reviewing, and finally the definition of taste, a tradition of what is classic. Classic is something which can be defined by different sense, but classic is something which remain alive in course of time. So before epithetting something as a classic, we need to see its relationship with the tradition, with past, with the future, and with the society. So we have a book, a glossary for the study of English, where Lee T. Neyman try to define literary criticism like evaluative, judicial, normative criticism attempts to judge the merits of the literature in relation to the literary, social, moral, or other value system. So again, this is the same question: what is the function of literature? If it is to instruct, then we need to apply criticism as a tool to see whether the piece of literature which is written is related to social, moral, ethical values or not. The Walter Peter, who often commented on the field of literary criticism, who is the one who attacked on critics too. He says to feel the virtue of a poet or the painter, to disengage it is to set it forth. These are three duties of a critic's duty. So if you are a critic, you need to disengage it. You need to keep yourself aside. You should be unbiased. He says poetry is the criticism interpretation of a life. Criticism is an interpretation of that interpretation. So you poetry itself, it is a criticism of life, and criticism is an interpretation of that interpretation. Again, we'll this when we'll meet in class, we'll have a discussion on the conflict between Plato and Aristotle on, let's say, the theory of imitation. Then you will understand this point very well. Criticism is the art of interpreting art. So again, you will have a reference or relationship between the second one and the third one, which we have discussed. Matthew Arnold, he says, disinterested endeavor to learn and to propagate what is best, that is known and thought in the world. So it should be disinterested endeavor. Let's say you like a certain character or a certain heroic personality in a movie, so it does not mean that the person who has acted in those movies are all hit. Of course not. You need to be disinterested. You need to propagate what is best. You should not be biased. There are few there is some material which I have seen or gathered from these sources. You can click it or you can just check it. You will have more information on that. Thank you. Thank you very much.